up, my fight fans? So, a while ago, been about 2 weeks, I want to say Jon Jones, maybe even longer, and Jon Jones still has hinted at it, and I've been hearing people talk about it, about how if he faced Stipe and he beats Stipe, he's going to retire. Well, my question to you guys is, where does that put Jon Jones? Does Jon Jones have his GOAT status intact? Does Jon Jones have the greatest of all time intact? Does Jon Jones have the baddest man alive intact? Like, just all these other questions that make us wonder. My personal opinion is, here's what I feel regarding Jon Jones. When it comes to Jon Jones and his career, is he going to be one of the GOATs? Yes. 100%. One of the GOATs. The GOAT? No. I'm sorry, but no matter what you do, it's just really hard to take away the steroid use. It really is. It really, truly is. Because it's just, I go back to the fact that not every fighter that he faced was on steroids. Innocent to proven guilty. Yes, quite a few of them were. Quite a few of them have been pretty much founded that, yes, they were using performance enhancers. But a few of them were never founded. A few of them never tested positive. Not to my knowledge, at least. So that makes you wonder, like, hey, maybe you didn't cheat with these other guys because you can't cheat against someone else who's also cheating. But there's also fighters who were clean where you were cheating. So, I'm sorry. You went in there with an unfair advantage, and I cannot give you that win. I can't just say, yeah, well, even if they were steroids, or even if you weren't on steroids and you were clean, you would have still beat them. Maybe, but we'll never know, will we? That's one. Two, Jon Jones, yes, will become one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time. Multiple title defenses. We do not know 100% if he was on steroids at all. With all of them, we know he was for a few of them. But still, had more multiple title defenses than the former light heavyweight champion Chuck Liddell. Now, that will make him the best light heavyweight of all time. We already talked about the GOAT. We already talked about light heavyweight. Heavyweight, it's up for debate. You know, because of course Stipe already has that. And even if he beats Stipe, can you still give it to him? Not necessarily. You know, not necessarily. Stipe still defended the belt more times. 3 times. More than any other heavyweight champion of all time in the UFC. So, I do recommend that Jon Jones stay in the heavyweight division and defend it 4 times to become the greatest heavyweight of all time. Just because you beat Stipe doesn't necessarily make you the greatest heavyweight of all time. You know, if someone were to beat Jon Jones, that doesn't still make them the greatest light heavyweight of all time. You know, on their first title defense, you know, like Dominic Reyes, I personally felt like beat Jon Jones. But that would have not made him the greatest light heavyweight of all time. No way. No way. You did nowhere near what Jon Jones was able to do. So that's what Jon Jones did nowhere near what Stipe was able to do. Look at Jon Jones' list of heavyweights, which is a very short one. Still gone. Look at Stipe's list. Look at the greats on his list. You got Andre Arlovski. You got Alistair Overeem. Junior Dos Santos. Francis Ngannou. Roy Nelson. Mark Hunt. Stefan Struve. The list goes. Fabricio Werdum. The list goes on and on and on. This guy literally faced the who's who of the heavyweight division from the past, the present, and the future, including DC. The guy was able to lose his heavyweight championship and regain his heavyweight championship. That puts him as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, if not the greatest of all time. I'm talking about Stipe, which he is. And that's something that Jon Jones, if he wants to consider himself a greatest of heavyweight of all time, he could. But here's the problem. I just named all those great names. Legends. Legends of the game. If Jon Jones does what Stipe did, defend the belt multiple times, you're looking at Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades, Sergey Pavlovich. We would hope Francis Ngannou. I'm sorry, no disrespect to those fighters, but they don't necessarily stand toe-to-toe with Stipe's fighters. Now, on a technicality, yeah, you defended your belt more times. And on a technicality, yeah, that makes you the greatest heavyweight of all time because no one else defended it more times. But would it make you like the GOAT and the greatest of all time? It's just hard. It really is hard to say that. And it's no disrespect to Jon Jones because, again, if someone were to do what Jon Jones did in light heavyweight now, Like if Yuri Prochazka, Jamal Hill were to go on this crazy run, sorry. Look at the list of Jon Jones. Machida, Rampage, Shad Evans, you know, DC, Anthony Smith. I mean, all these other great legends. Shogun, like just Vitor Belfort, Chael Sonnen, like the list goes on and on and on of all the legends that he faced, whether it was on steroids or not. Sure, that's always gonna be there. I'm sorry. It's like a tattoo that you cannot remove. It's literally impossible. No matter what you do, no matter how many times you defended it, no matter how many times you look the greatest ever, it's always gonna be there. Always. Nothing's gonna change. So guys, let me know in the comments on what you think about Jon Jones potentially being the greatest heavyweight of all time. Would he be the greatest heavyweight of all time if he defeated Stipe? What would Jon Jones need to do to be the greatest heavyweight of all time? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.